Hey folks, hope you're having a good Sunday. I just thought I'd do a quick video about what we're doing here in the Hugelkultur beds. So this is our annual vegetable garden essentially. We were going to have this as rotating areas for the chickens, but we like the chickens free ranging much more. So we're creating these hugel beds, and they're surrounded by hay bales to try and exclude the grass and create a kind of a zone where it's very, very heavily mulched and where lots of nutrient washes into the soil, because I think that'll help the hugel beds as we go forwards. And then in the middle you can see essentially just tree trimmings. Now our place is only 5 years old, so some of this is ours this year, first time really pruning the trees, and a lot of it is my lovely father-in-law, who has a well-established property and needs to get rid of his rubbish, so that works really well for us. So we're slowly building these beds up here. As you can see, two we did last year over the back there. Slowly building these beds up here with a whole lot of tree trimmings in them, and then we're going to get a huge pile of manure and put it all over it. After that, we'll put it under that black plastic for probably 6 to 8 months, maybe slightly longer. That's about how long those two beds have been in there. That one over there, we actually uncovered and went to plant, and a whole lot of weed seeds have come up in that. You can see all the grass growing in the hay bales around it as well. So not successful, but anyway. It seems to be really working, and the hugel model for us, we're relatively dry, although we had 10 mils of rain last night, and you know, things need a bit of attention. They need a bit of moisture control, encouragement. So this seems to be working. As you can see down the end of this row, I am going to be putting comfrey down on the sunward side of each of these. That's to the left, north for the southern hemispheres. And down the shaded side, I'm going to plant herbs, insect attractors, borage and phacelia and dill and all sorts of different things. As you can see over here, we've actually had cat mint come up randomly, so that's cool. The cats seem to be enjoying it. As you can see, that one's been laying in a lot there. It's somebody's coming and sleeping in it. And down the front here you can see we've got a whole lot of spinach and rainbow beets that are just self-seeded and come up in the path of all things. Not ideal, but not as bad as these ones that are over actually in the path over here. But that one's actually producing a decent amount of spinach, so worth keeping, and you can see how it's enjoying the shelter there against that hay bale. So there's all sorts of things growing in here, sprouting broccoli there, all sorts of things growing in here, and it's really a rapidly evolving part of our garden. But the intention is to make these hugelkultur beds the main growing area for our annual vegetables, and return a lot of the spaces that we had tried to turn into garden out there, but we've been fighting the grass too much, turn them back into like forested areas, undergrowth for the forest, for the food forest. So that's really cool. At some point I may well scrape out these paths and put them on top of the hugel, and then fill this with wood chip, because I think that'd be just an ideal growing area for Stropharia mushrooms. So anyway, 3.5 minutes of me rambling about the hugelkultur. As always, if you're interested in what we're doing here or why we're doing it, how we're planning food resilience for ourselves and for our families, how we encourage food resilience for our community, then please just ask. Hey, I'm always keen to talk to people who are into this stuff. Cheers, hope you're having a good day.